Hello Virgo, welcome back, and if you're new here, I love you already. My name's Stephen, this is Two Fish Tarot, and this is going to be a general reading for the rest of May, so mid-May to the end of May, and we're going to do it as usually in three parts. The first part is just your kind of state of mind, what's led you here, and then we'll have a look at your path going forward, and then some advice from the universe right at the end. Spirit, what do we have for Virgo for May? And we have Virgo for May. Let's get into it. Virgo, right. So the card that represents you this month is the Page of Cups. And Page of Cups is a beautiful card when it represents you, because it's like you have a level of generosity this month, and this is good for your soul. It's like a good for your soul kind of generosity. And I see you offering things to people around you, bits of you perhaps, for the people around you. But your challenge card for this week is the devil, and I think Leo had this as well. And the devil basically is just a gentle warning when it's in this position, because it's, you know, in the Celtic cross, it's in the cross position, so it's neither upright nor in reverse. So it's just spirit asking you to be aware of overindulging or allowing toxicity into your life. So any interaction you have with people around you or any issues that come up, just keep an eye on the toxicity and don't let the toxicity come into your life. Okay. In your heart space, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, and Virgo, this is a great card. You know, I love it when the Wheel of Fortune comes up, especially when it's got to do with your heart or when it comes to outcomes, because it's a self-induced change in this position. Okay, and when it's in your heart space, it's you upping your game in your relationship. Something is changing that you've made change. Okay, so it's like a upping your relationship, moving up to the next level, getting a lot closer to the person that you're with, or even you taking initiative to change your situation in a you know, if you're single. In your headspace, I've got the Queen of Wands, and this is you at work, or you doing, you know, household stuff and things at home and practical things. And the Queen of Wands is like the celebrity card for me. So it just looks to me that you're in a super controlled space where you're feeling proud of the things that you're achieving at the moment, and you know, you have every right to be. You know, it's hard times, and when we can achieve and do practical things during hard times, it's good to feel like a celebrity. Where I see you coming from is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords in this position can sometimes mean it doesn't look like a relationship reading yet, but we'll get to that. But the Knight of Swords is usually cutting something or somebody out of your life. So in the last couple of weeks, I see like you've made this decision to not let something get you down anymore. And maybe this Devil card kind of alludes to it as well. So maybe there's like a toxic relationship. It could be work related. It could be, you know, relationship related. It's like you've cut this person out, but there's the Devil card is kind of warning you to make sure that you don't let that toxicity back in. And then in your immediate future, I have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is the card of tradition, and a card of moving ahead conservatively and thinking about everything that you do and working within the guidelines and the rules in whatever situation it is. So if this is relationship, for instance, it could be it could be planning a wedding. It could be going to church meetings. If it's a work scenario, it could be you, kind of operating within guidelines. So for instance, if you work in a big corporate where there's a lot of compliance guidelines, for instance, I think this month and leading into June, you're going to be focusing on sticking to the rules, or if you're in that kind of position, kind of moving people to stick to the rules within your organization. Let's see what's heading into the rest of the month. So in your own, I call this the insecurity card. Okay, so the insecurity card is the King of Swords, and in this position, it's like you telling yourself, maybe I'm being a bit harsh, like I'm stomping down. So if I look at the Hierophant, and if this is a work scenario, and you looking to improve compliance within your organization, or maybe looking at an ethical situation that you need to clamp down on, you might think you're being a little hard, okay? Like you don't want to be this person that has to say those things, all right? But sometimes it has to be you, You're an earth sign. You keep people grounded. And this is what earth signs are for. And grounding could just mean putting your foot down in some aspect of your life. So all I'm saying is, when the card's in this position, don't beat yourself up if you think you're being the controlling one right now. Because the environment that you're operating in is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is like the best situation you can be in. So even if you feel like you're having to put your foot down, people are accepting it, okay? And they know that this is what they have to do, okay? So you're in an environment of like ultimate love, if you like. And we're going to get to it a little bit, your outcome card is the 10 of Cups. So you've got the 9 and the 10. And it's like, for me, this has suddenly become about relationships, because this is like the soulmate cards, if you like. So you're in an environment of everything that you wish for. So you're you're feeling in an amazing space, and you are in an amazing space. And then the advice card you have is the Queen of Swords. So you've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords also, which is amusing, because it's you thinking you're putting your foot down too hard and too harshly. But the universe is saying to you, you have the wisdom to do these things. And if you're operating in an environment of the Nine of Cups, it's going to be accepted. And so if you've got something to say, people are not going to be defensive about it. They're going to be in a mode of receival, if you like, being able to receive what message you're trying to give. So if you are insisting on compliance with something, people will accept what you're insisting, and will not take it as you being harsh. They're going to take it as you being wise and knowing what you're talking about. And then again, as I say, then you've got the 10 of Cups as your outcome card, and that's leading you to the end of the month. And this is like having exactly what you need and what you want in your life. And it's about fulfillment on so many levels, but mainly emotional. Okay. So let's get 3 cards from the universe. Yeah, so you started, the way you came into this reading was the Knight of Swords, which is pretty much cutting somebody off. And you're ending with the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is looking to the future, based on whatever you might have cut out of your life. Okay. It's like a message from the universe saying that what you did was the correct thing. And I mean, you've got the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Swords in the deck. And for me, this is just saying that decisions you're making now are incredibly well researched and well thought out. Even if you think they may be a little harsh, the decisions will have the right outcome. And not just for you, for everybody around you. And we've got the Page of Coins here. And the Page of Coins is people are going to take notice of you because of the decisions you're making. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands tells me that the decisions you're making are aligned with the values that you have. And you may even have to stand up for yourself. You know, if people say why, you have an answer, because it's based on good values and it's based on ethics, and it relates to this Hierophant card, which is within guidelines. So use, if you find resistance, and I don't see you finding resistance to decisions you're making right now, just remind people of what their values are. Okay, you may have to defend yourself a little bit on values, but I don't think it's going to be a problem for you, because you've got the 9 and the 10 of Cups in this reading, and this is emotional fulfillment on the highest level. And what I like about this is I just see you finally being able to separate your home and relationship life from what might be going on outside of that. So being able to come home and feel in a happy emotional space, even if you have a cuck day at work or a shit day at work. Okay, that was a good reading. I love this 10 of Cups here, I'll be honest. And yeah, give me feedback. And like and subscribe if this resonates with you. And I hope to see you again soon.